Hey y'all, it is Wednesday morning. I am at the Fresh Market. I'm going to use my coupons. I'm going to get some edible Legos. There's the building. So it is also the 23rd anniversary of 9/11. I was a sophomore in high school. We'll talk about it, okay? So, 23 years ago, I can't believe it's been, it's hard to believe that it actually happened. And on top of that, it was 23 years ago. I haven't forgotten. So, any viewers wondering what I'm talking about, it's the 23rd anniversary of when the planes hit the Twin Towers in New York City, the Pentagon, and went down in the field in Pennsylvania. I'm forgetting the name of that. So, I'll look it up when I get home. So, I'll be back when I get home. They have pumpkins. I want some pumpkin spice. Okay, so I am home. I ended up having to go to Walmart to get the noodles. I couldn't find the what's it called? The seaweed snacks or the purple rice that I was looking for. But I did have coupon for specifically at Walmart. Plus I wanted to go there anyways because this brand pop and bottle, you buy one of these and you get the money back. So my receipt's already been approved. You just snap a picture of your receipt. So I got the vanilla cold brew and the caramel cold brew. They're both oat milk latte. The vanilla has collagen, which I think I'm going to drink now, and the other one has lion's mane and reishi. So I'm going to stick that in the fridge. So look how cute this cup is. A friend of mine made it. She made one for Elijah, and she made a bottle for Wyatt too. It comes with this, so I have it full of ice. I gotta refill the ice, but we'll see. It smells like coffee. I mean, will it fit? Oh, the whole can fits in there. Okay, not bad. Okay. Not bad. Oh no. No. Now that it leaked. But now that I am home, I did kind of want to talk about 9/11 since it is the anniversary of 9/11. It's not bad. I don't know. I do have another offer to get, a buy one, get one free thing. Did buy a jar of pickles, which I'll eat later. So I know I'm going to be aging myself just a tiny bit, with my 9/11 story. I don't want to say story. I don't want to be insensitive about it, but, so, because I know a lot of people waking up on 9/11 in 2001. Had every intention of coming home that day. Let's just move a couple of things here. So I was far enough away from, like, the action, so to speak, to where, like, I wasn't in the middle of it, you know. I still have to get the name of that field. I don't want to. All right. Let me Google that. But I lived at the time south of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I was a sophomore in high school. So, and I was at school. It started off like a normal day. Like today, you know, I got up and got ready for school. 9/11 PA crash site. That is what I want. It was in Stony Creek Township near Indian Lake and Shanksville. About 68 Stony Creek Township, about 65 miles southeast of Pittsburgh and 130 miles northwest of the capital. So that was like I was in between the New York, the Twin Towers in New York City and the Stony Creek Township location. I remember just going about my normal day, like doing my classes and stuff like that. And in the hallway, after like the Twin Towers, a friend of mine was like, "Did you hear what happened this morning?" And I was like, "No, I didn't." And she said that there was like plane attacks in New York City. I don't know if at that point the Pentagon had been attacked or if the plane crashed in Stony Creek Township, or not. But I remember going to class, my social studies class, and the teacher had a TV and we were able to see exactly what happened. It's like, honestly, like, I didn't know what to think. Like, is this real life or is this a movie or, you know, but it was real life. And then, like, the end of the day comes and, like, all 4 planes have crashed. And I just remember, that eerie silence of that day, and it's just like quiet. And I think at that point, at the end of the school day, everybody was just like in shock. And I know that between the Twin Towers, the Pentagon, and the location in Pennsylvania, like a lot of people had lost their lives. I remember reading about how like people missed the train in traffic, and I woke up late, and that's like didn't make it to like the Twin Towers that day for work or whatever they needed to do at the Twin Towers, and that's how they're like still alive today. So I know it was just like devastating for the United States, and the terrorist attacks, and I don't know where this came from. So oh, that was okay. That's a Band-Aid. I know where it came from. What was I saying? But I know, like, for my location, like south of Pittsburgh, it's normally quiet, but it was just like a different kind of quiet that day. So, like, on my way home, and I think we did at the high school that I went to. We did line the hallways and have a moment of silence for what had happened that day. Like, after it happened, obviously, like, so I don't know. Like, I haven't forgotten about it. I still think about it. Obviously, my kids are not old enough. They're 7 and 15, and it happened 23 years ago. Like, I find it, like, with each passing year, that, that it has, like, now that it's been, like, 23 years, it's like, has it been 23 years already? But at the same time, it still feels like it wasn't that long ago. So I know I am aging myself, but I've been out of high school for 20 years now. So, you know, it's like I lived through something like that, like a terrorist attack. And, and I've also lived through a pandemic. So it's like things that you just don't think about happening in your lifetime. Like, there was a pandemic in 1918 for the flu, and you hear about it and you, like, read about it in the history books. And I remember the pandemic, like, it had a similar eerie feeling, like, when at the start of it. I know, like, the road that's out here, like, the main road that I pull onto is normally kind of busy, but after the pandemic, it was quiet. So, I know the terrorist attack and pandemic are not the same thing, but it had a similar eerily quiet feeling. So, but 9/11 is such a sad time, considering that it was a terrorist attack and a lot of people had lost their lives. So, I know that I can show my kids, like to them, it's history right now, because it happened before they were alive. But, like, they weren't there for it to experience it, and I hope that they never have to experience anything like that. It's not something I wish upon anybody. And, like, I had hair. Okay. I don't know where I was going with that thought. I got sidetracked. I don't know where I was going with that thought. Like, but I do know that Osama bin Laden has been found. Like, he's been found, and they took care of him in an appropriate manner. Like, I've talked about it with Elijah, because he's older, and like, they found him in a cave. Like, he was the mastermind. Like, I know, like, the Muslims The ones who were on the planes in Osama bin Laden. Like, this is one of the things I've talked about with Elijah. Osama bin Laden and the other people on the planes that on 9/11 were Muslims. I don't blame Muslims as a whole, because I know that there are some Muslims like living in the United States and even like in other countries that were not a part of this. Like, I don't blame them. And there are some that, like Elijah last year, went to school with two Muslim girls, and they were not alive for this, just like my kid wasn't alive for this. I don't blame all Muslims, just the ones that had an active role in the 9/11 and crashing the planes, the ones that were on the planes and that kind of stuff. I am mad at those people. I am not mad at all Muslims, because it is not fair to group all Muslims as they're all bad, because not all Muslims are bad. Just like I'm a Christian and I hate being grouped in with all Christians as a whole. Like, in 2022, I think, the Roe v. Wade was overturned because of some old white Christian dudes that have no business overturning something that does not have any anything to do with them. They are not like personally affected by anybody having an abortion. Like, I have heard so many stories about that after that with the abortion bans. Like, do I feel like somebody, like a pregnant person, should have an abortion just to have an abortion? No, I don't. Would I ever have one? No, I wouldn't. But I don't think that is my place to tell somebody that they can or cannot have one. And then on top of that, there are certain circumstances to where things are billed through the insurance under as like an abortion, like a DNC type thing. And then like with miscarriages, I don't want to get pregnant again because of this law. Like, you could go to jail if you have a miscarriage. No thanks. Like, even if it, like, because there's no, I don't know to the extent of how you would prove, like, it's your fault that you had a miscarriage. Like, anyways, today's just a day of remembering. So I am going to go edit this video because I have two other parts. One short, one a little longer than the short one. And then I have two videos to upload for this channel and my main channel. I went to Walmart and Food Lion, or not Food Lion, Fresh Market. So, anyways, I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.